and welcome to the Touchline, the show that speaks about all your EPL news as well as your international news. My name is Oarebiledi Poko, and I'm here with Moja, as well as Vincent, as well as Drew, and we're here to discuss match day 7. Gents, welcome to the Touchline.
How's it?
How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Better than others.
Yeah. Look, it's a tough weekend. You balance it out locally. Sometimes how we Let
us start off with that tough weekend. Manchester United and Arsenal. I'm going to start with the United fans because I need to know, formation-wise, how did you feel about the starting 11?
The starting 11 itself is fine. The players are okay.
Never.
But no, look, mate, my problem is that this man just plays lotto, you understand? Like every day he gets his numbers plus bonus. He's just going there through a book of formations, right? We've used 4 in 4 matches.
Yeah.
And when he's in doubt, he reverts back to a 4-2-3-1.
Yes.
There's no tactical consistency how the player is supposed to produce. Last week, midweek, when he played the diamond against Leipzig, right?
Yeah.
Fred was playing on the right of the diamond. This time he was playing at the base. Every time we play him at the base, he's dustbin. It's a 4-3-3, 4-5-1, whatever. If he's at the base, he's dustbin. I thought we had solved it. This man is solving nothing. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
That's how
Drew?
Formation-wise, nothing. Starting lineup-wise, nothing. You know Arsenal is going to play a back 5.
That's what I was
You know they're going to play wing backs, and you're playing a narrow diamond, giving them all the width.
Space in the world.
It's
all
nonsense.
of it.
Rather play that 4-2-3-1
Yeah.
and have somebody track back and cover the wing backs. Now you have your Pogba, and then you have McTominay, who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And then you have Fred, who played on the right. Now he's playing on the base when you should have Matic, because Matic can collect the ball.
Yeah.
and defend.
He can defend, he can
And
collect
he
the
can
ball,
also
he can pass the ball.
yeah.
Fred wins the ball upfield. Now he can't win the ball upfield because he's trying to protect
the back.
the 2 liabilities
Yes.
behind him.
Oh, wow.
You
They're called
understand?
liabilities.
They're
now.
definitely
liabilities.
Of course. And then you've given them the width. You've got Hector Bellerin, who's
Pace.
he's quick.
Blistering
He's
fast.
quick, and then you have
Blistering.
Shaw, who's overweight. He's definitely not going to keep up with him.
That's a new one.
It's Shaw, he's overweight, and then he's got Willian. Willian is running him, and then there's Bellerin. Then you get a penalty because Pog has been tired. He has to marshal the midfield.
The second one this season
He
that
has
Pog has
to-
given away,
He has to go out wide and
Don't ask Pog to defend. It's
Yeah.
tough.
you can't ask Pog to defend. So formation-wise,
No.
no. Starting lineup-wise, McTominay shouldn't be anywhere near that team.
Yeah.
We miss Martial, but I
He's
would have.
served his ban now. He will be
I would
back.
have
Started
Yeah.
Cavani.
I would have started Cavani because Mason Greenwood is too easy to bully. He's still a lad.
Yeah.
He's Kim Fana. You just push him around when he's supposed to be holding up the play.
Yeah.
He's trapping
the
the
ball?
ball
He's
into
with
his
it.
own half. You understand? So I would have played Cavani with Rashford.
Yeah.
Convenient.
You have a number 9, but Arsenal ran us. They dominated. They deserved the win.
Yeah.
Every
Vincent,
every
this is kind of
aspect.
where you come in. How did you see your team? Try to pace yourself.
I'm trying to. For the first 5 minutes of this podcast, I haven't said a damn thing. And that's a rarity for me as well. Guys, you just got absolutely outclassed. Your manager is tackling
Look them in
inept,
the eye.
and you know that, and I'm looking at both of you guys. You guys got it wrong, and that's a fact. Do you know? There's no speculation, there's no innuendo, there's no conjecture. You guys got it wrong, and you guys will keep on getting it wrong
Okay, but
against the big
let's
teams.
look at your team.
My
What did
team.
your team do right? Looking how Mikel Arteta sent out his troops. How did you find your formation? Did it work? Did it not? And are you happy?
I'm happy based on how he played. I'm upset that we didn't batter them by more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like you guys maybe you maybe had like a good 5-10 minutes, maybe a Big Bang Theory episode of less than 20 minutes of like maybe you were okay. You guys are coming toe to toe with us, but every other aspect of the game, like you guys are talking, our left back and our right back were bombing. Bellerin was absolutely having a field day on the right there. Almost gave the most delicious assist to Aubameyang, and I've never ever needed inches a little bit more than that. But my goodness,
I mean, looking at Arsenal and the fact that they hadn't won away at Old Trafford for so
14 years.
long. 14 years. That's a teenage child right there.
But
That's how long. Yeah.
but also, how fitting is it that in the 14th year, our new number 14 goes and
score. He needed it. He hasn't scored in like 5 to 6 games. So
That guy's like 2 minutes away from retirement. Don't say new number 14. He's my number 14 for now. He's leaving.
Aubameyang has been off the goal scoring charts for it's not 4 or 5 games, it's like 3 games. But that's problem is a standard.
No, I'm not even talking about whether or not he can score.
I was answering our host. I'm just saying.
Apologies.
1, 2,
Yes,
3.
Aubameyang.
I'm just saying that that's almost a standard that Aubameyang has said, is that we think it's a goal drought purely because he hasn't been there for the last 2 games. But no, guys, this is a goal scorer. This is a guy who arguably has been one of the top 3 strikers in the league for the past like half a decade. So no ways, So
that is the Man United and Arsenal chat. We'll get into a little bit more on your teams when you look at the fixtures coming up. And then now looking at the Liverpool and West Ham game. West Ham, unfortunately, with the injury, Mikel Antonio was out. He's ruled out now for about a month. But it will help them because they only have one more game before international break. How did you see West Ham play? I mean, they scored first.
They scored first, but I didn't see them. Liverpool is an animal.
You see, Liverpool, no matter how bad they play, they grind out those
They got
results.
that goal disallowed, but I was still, they coming. They're coming. And that beautiful pass by Shaqiri.
And Jota again with the winning goal.
It was delicious.
Jota was that substitution.
But it was the run. For me, it was the run.
It's the run. But West Ham are doing well. You expect them to lose against Liverpool.
I think most people thought they'd give them a little bit of a tougher time, which they did. I mean, the fact that Jota came on in the 70th minute and he got this, the winning goal, they did give them a little bit of a tough time. But looking at West Ham now going forward with the injury to Mikel Antonio, what else can they bring to that table? Because nobody else is stepping up there.
Yeah, Sebastian Haller is not stepping up, and it looks like David Moyes doesn't rate him.
He doesn't trust him.
He doesn't rate him. He doesn't trust him.
But for a guy who also came in for a hell of a lot of money as well. The thing is, like, Miguel Antonio started hitting that, I want to say, not even a purple patch, but he started really like cementing a space in that team.
The minute Haller was kind of
it's the same. It's the same thing as Lukaku, Man United, Inter. You're not feeding him the way he needs to be fed.
Okay.
Haller is a target man. Give him 2 feet. Give him on his head. Antonio, he's also a target man, but he can run behind. He's got some pace. It's Lukaku. Lukaku needs it.
Is that not maybe why? Is that not maybe?
But they're not supplying him the way. They're not supplying him the way. So you can't blame Sebastian Haller on the fact that his midfield
he's not getting the supply.
The right supply.
Moja, looking at how Liverpool now have so many injuries and they've bought Phillips now in that centre back. How did you find his game? I mean, he was the man of the match.
You've got a coach, guys. Guys, what is it? The thing is about it, right? The coach is there to augment your powers, to make you better at what you do. You understand? You can take a kid who's 18 and if you give him the right instructions on the day, he can be the guy. But now my problem is, I don't think other guys can give the instructions the way Klopp can. Klopp once said in an interview...
It's the hugs.
It's the hugs, it's the camaraderie, but it's also, if you listen to how he talks about football afterwards, you can get an understanding of his relationship with his players and his relationship to the game as a whole. He said, at Liverpool, at all my teams, our identity is intensity. You understand? I need the ball back. At Dortmund, he said the same thing, and he said, my team is like a pack of hyenas. We want the ball back within 5 seconds of losing it. Do you understand? Because of that, he knows that statistically he's going to win the ball, he's going to create more chances, he's going to have more possession, he's going to put you guys under more pressure, and he only needs you to break once. That's all.
That's it.
So he's going to put in a Diego Jota when you're tired and ruin you.
What a signing, though.
What a guy. And he snuck it in.
24 hours, bro.
Right here.
We were chasing Sancho for maybe 8 years. 24 hours, he was done. No.
Diego Jota, I think we found out after it was done. Like after he did medical.
Done.
No, they moved quickly.
Welcome.
I don't know how they played us, though. I don't know where the story was that Liverpool don't have money. All
Kansas
of a sudden,
City shuffle.
It's unbelievable. Well said.
Okay, now
my boy's coming with the quotes and he's been reading. He came so prepared.
Listen, I think after Man U happened, he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna brush up on everything else because in this aspect I failed.
100%.
No, I'm red on the inside at all times. You understand? But like right now, Ole is breaking my heart, and I can't put myself through that begezelling all the time.
Okay, to put this Man United chat to rest, it'll be 18 months next month for Oli. Do you still see the wheels spinning for him?
This guy should have been out in like February. You understand?
Long may he reign.
Corona saved his life.
Yeah.
Corona saved his job. I can't believe like Corona saved something, but it did, right? And that was like all his things, because now post that, if you look in spurts, look at it post Corona, we had like 2 wins and then just a series of draws where we just sort of coasted to the end. The season starting off terribly, but he keeps winning the morale boosting victories.
But you even said it last time over here on the show.
He has to
That's
go.
a problem.
It's guys, he can't gather the points. 90 points to win the league. That's all you need to target.
All you need.
If you're not targeting 90 points, let it go.
Let it go. Moving on to another game, another manager that seems to be under pressure based on, some of the decisions he's made. That is Frank Lampard with Chelsea and Burnley. Now, you're shaking your head. He has been scrutinized for a lot of the things he's done. The one thing he got right this week was the formation that every single Chelsea fan has been looking for, playing N'Golo Kante in his rightful position, and they did well. But I want to focus a little bit more on Burnley. Burnley are bottom of the table, Drew.
They're in trouble.
They're
in trouble.
And they won't be missed, let me tell you.
They're in
that
trouble.
now.
I think it's a 4-team race to relegation. Last
Are you
week
including
I said,
Burnley now?
I'm including Burnley now. Fulham, Burnley, West Brom, Sheffield.
Yeah.
I think Sheffield will survive because Burnley is so poor.
Yeah.
No chance, not Sheffield.
Going into Burnley, Vincent, I want to ask you this question. There are rumors that there's going to be a takeover at Burnley, and I think that's destabilizing the ship because Burnley have been in this patch for a while. Last season, they had players who were out of contract before the season ended, and there was like 4 or 5 players that they had to let go because they refused to sign contracts. This season, they have 2 or 3 players in a similar position, and now with the transfer, do you think Burnley will be sold?
I think the finances behind the football regime, the football game, I think there's just too much that can go wrong before deals get over the line. Mm-hmm. We saw that for so long over the summer period with Newcastle, and that was almost set in stone.
Yes.
And this has been an ongoing negotiation.
Yes.
And for me, if I look at Burnley, is it really the most attractive investment? I would say Burnley.
It's
a pretty
Do you know what, guys? But you guys say it's a Premier League club, but it's also about identity.
Yeah.
Okay. Burnley maybe two and a half years ago when Sean Dyche was in the Premier League and he was literally grinding out those weeks. And did they finish like 6th or 7th that year?
That's the highest they finished.
They were incredible.
What identity did the City have?
Yeah. Okay.
They were the other team.
Moving into Sean,
they had no identity when they got taken over.
Yeah.
Perhaps you actually raised a fair point, but I
they
still
weren't
feel
attractive.
But I still
they were
feel
the
like
other blue team.
They
in
were a
Manchester.
Manchester club, so yes, they were a minority. It's like comparing Liverpool and Everton. Everton is still
attractive.
It's still attractive.
Not Man City.
Mate, my thing is, I understand that like they're in a bad place, but like that's a lot of money, investment-wise, just money-wise. If you can get in there and stabilize them and keep them from going down, period. That's 200 million in the bank next year.
Do you think Sean Dyche is the man to do it though? He's been there for so long now. Do you think that he's still the man to carry them through?
If I've got real money and I'm taking over Burnley, there's too many talented managers out here without jobs.
100%. My issue is that Newcastle is attractive. But Burnley, with Sean Dyche, with the players that they have right now,
you can make it attractive.
Yeah.
You can make any club
You
attractive.
really can. I think, like I said, if the sale goes through and then they find a different avenue to take the club, that's a good investment to make. Any team, especially like Burnley, who don't really get relegated. They've been in the Premier League. They know how it is to play in the Premier League.
Then everything's changed and I'm talking about from the manager as well. And Moja just said now there are too many managers without jobs that could go in there and I almost hope that they don't fall into the same trap that Bournemouth fell into with Eddie Howe, where you reward loyalty too much.
Because Eddie Howe was always in the bottom 3, and he was the only manager in the past 4 seasons that never got fired.
Besides Arsene Wenger, he had the safest job in England. Sorry. We'll see.
Yeah. Looking at Frank Lampard, looking at Chelsea, how they play, they're finally banging in the goals and keeping clean sheets. What do you think about the team?
Chelsea has quite a strong squad. I can understand why you'd think that Frank's job might be in danger.
I don't think it's in danger. I think that we're just
questioning
I don't think it is.
It definitely is in danger.
I don't think so. I really do not think so. I think he is not necessarily safe, but I don't think we're talking about Frank and Oli in the same position.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not in the same senses. You know what I mean? Like Frank is performing much better. I think his football's better. I think he has clearer tactical ideas of what he's trying to achieve. I just think that there's a lot of pressure that comes from spending a lot of money during the transfer window.
Yes.
And as history would show you at Chelsea, you spend a lot of money,
you win a cup,
you get something. You get some returns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is his second season now. They've just dropped 200 milli. They've gotten him all the attack.
Yeah.
Not much defense. Got Ben Chilwell, but like they got him all the attack and the goalkeeper. Technically speaking, if he doesn't make top 4, he should go.
He has to challenge.
I agree because
he has to challenge.
Yes.
Like,
he has to challenge.
Yes.
He
because
can't
that's
just
the thing.
make,
just 80 plus points.
Yeah.
That's
based on
what
the
he
squad they have and based on what we saw in the transfer window, we were definitely pinning them up against Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Challenge.
100%.
All right. Okay. Moving on to the next game, you mentioned something about Newcastle and the Evertons. We're moving into the Newcastle and Everton game. Everton losing a second game in a row, but Calvert-Lewin continues to score. How do you see Everton now bouncing back from that?
There was a gent here who I won't point at him, but he said, guys, Everton
I pointed at that nigga. He's right there.
Everton are serious this year, guys. Top four.
Hey, none there, homie.
Back-to-back losses for the first time in Carlo Ancelotti's career.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what? There's that bounce you have. Okay, it's
New manager bounce, yeah.
You know what?
How can you claim new manager bounce in a new season? Folks, that's
Hey,
ridiculous.
man.
If we were new manager bouncing, Ole might still be bouncing at the wheel. This doesn't.
I mean, technically, when did Ancelotti take over at Everton?
Last year,
Like
December,
beginning of the season.
January.
See?
Okay, fair
so
enough.
technically, I mean, we have to say this is his season. He
First
had
time
no
with the
say in what
pre-season.
happened last season.
Guys, I mean,
I mean, he even changed the goalkeeper now.
look, I hear you, right? I hear you, but I'm very confident in Carlo Ancelotti's ability to build teams. I'm very confident in his ability to draw the maximum potential out of his players. Look at DCL doing amazing things. We all thought he was washed last season. I don't understand how he's scoring. Like, did he get better, or like is something happening?
No,
Are they feeding
somebody
him
just
the-
whispered. Yeah,
do
the
you know
right
what I mean?
person is whispered.
Coaching.
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Also
So-
the right supply and also feeding him the way he wants to be fed.
100%.
So
Let Moja finish his
there's
statement.
just going to be limitations to how far he can go. But I believe that there's going to be consistency to this Everton team. I readjusted when I was outside. I said not top 4, but I'm definitely calling top 6.
Yeah.
You can't honestly
readjust
say-
it. We were looking
No,
now.
we had a conversation about this, but there's no ways you're looking at those teams that would look everything from 1 to 9 is a difference of. I think 12 and 13 is literally 1 point.
That's the thing.
Arsenal's
Yeah.
9th and they're 12 points, and the next base is number 4, and they're what's
My leader, in English, they say that knife cuts both ways. Hey, if it's 1 point between 1 and 13, then it's still 1 point between 13 and
And
1.
one.
Your argument
Yeah.
is just as valid as mine.
I'm just saying.
Let's move on to Drew. Drew, what are your thoughts on that game, specifically how Newcastle played? Let's focus now on them. I mean, they were the winners.
Newcastle, yeah, I didn't think Steve Bruce could do it, but
Yeah. He
doing
plays
okay.
an attacking team now because of the injuries that he
then
had.
he's got nice players.
Yeah.
He's got your Frasers, he's got your Callum Wilsons, he's got
Almiron.
Alan St. Gucci Man, that's my brother.
Gucci
You
man.
understand? He's got nice players going forward. He's got a nice midfield. You got Jeff Hendricks from Burnley.
He was one of the ones that was out of contract last season.
LaSalle's at the
Yeah.
back. You got Jamal Lewis. He's got a
Good
solid
squad,
team.
yeah.
And he's a decent coach. I mean, he's been in the Premier League. He can coach some players.
Looking at
I
Everton.
didn't expect them to win.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't expect them to beat Everton.
Yeah.
Like I said, they rely too much on James. I think that's why they lost James. I get to what's happening with his testicles, but apparently he's got a testicle injury. Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
His balls are
Not on this
broken.
podcast.
He's a ball down. He's a ball short.
But I didn't expect them to beat Everton.
very
And
easy.
also, I'm not expecting Everton to finish top 4.
No top six.
Top 6.
Not top 6 either?
No, top 6. They
Okay.
can make top 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not top 4 though. The quality
You
will
need,
shine
to,
through. From
you need
the
to ask the question here in terms of what the hell their top 6 is. 'cause
What are they
clearly we're not-
basing it on?
Clearly, what we're not watching
I
the
just
same.
told you.
Oh, my top 6? we'll go Liverpool,
Yep.
City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Everton.
Spurs?
Yeah,
100%. I'm agreed with him there.
yeah.
I mean, talk about Spurs. They won 2 this weekend.
They are incredible, guys.
Gareth Bale has suddenly sparked to life 3 minutes into the game, and Tottenham.
Do you know what, eh? They are incredibly dangerous. I look at Son, I look at Kane, and I look at Bale,
Now you've
and
got Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
and honestly,
And you still have Reguilon who's supplying those crosses there. hey?
Reguilon, let's say it correctly.
You ain't never been to Spain.
It's French. But no, guys, they are absolutely amazing. And that boy is having a field day over there. What a beautiful assist as well. Did he cut it back onto his right foot? Unfavored.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Tottenham, for me, every time I see Son get the ball, I don't know why Harry Kane's turned into a Kevin De Bruyne, but every time Harry Kane gets the ball, they're in that final third, not even the final third, right down the halfway line, and I see Son on his bike, I'm thinking, my goodness,
it's
bro.
coming.
It's
It's
delicious.
coming.
It's wonderful to watch, and I hate those lily whites, but
But it's exactly what Mourinho said with regards to what you were saying. in the Premier League right now, you lose a game or you draw a game, you are 11th. You win a game, you jump right back into top 4.
7 games, it's too early.
But this is where the momentum needs to be pulled.
My problem is that the return from 7 games is poor throughout the league.
So every single team, yes.
If anybody catches like a short 6-game run here, they're disappearing.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're disappearing. So that could mean like all of us could just find ourselves in the middle table in January, 18 games in. You know what I mean? Like in 12th place, langing behind Oaks. I don't like that. It's uncomfortable.
Speaking of find yourself upper on the table, Leeds and Leicester concluded match day 7, a game I look forward to more than the Arsenal and Man U. Do not hate me, but I look forward to this game more so because I just wanted to see the flurry of goals. Drew, I'm going to start with you because our man Bamford did it again.
And I predicted a Leeds win, hey? I was disappointed. I thought Biesla would be smarter than doing what he did with that high line and the high press. It's Jamie Vardy for Pete's sake.
But he knows that's his only move. That's Bielsa's guy.
But it's Jamie Vardy for Pete's sake.
But I agree with what he's saying. It's also just a player's mentality. That back pass to your goalkeeper when you know Jamie Vardy is lurking, that you cannot teach a player. You need to know that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't, but I'm just saying, like, some coaches don't change regardless of the match. They say, this is our style, this is our formation. That's Bielsa.
We lose,
100%.
we win.
If we win, we
We
win.
win our way.
100%.
But sometimes you can overthink it, don't you think? Some managers are naive in terms like, this is my approach all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes having that sort of that element of unpredictability, you know, it makes them kind of show their hand before you do.
This is exactly what Ole says in his press conference.
Don't ever compare me to Ole.
I mean, okay, looking at Leicester now, Leicester are currently second on the table as we speak, and just how they play, you know, Vardy's back in, James Maddison is back in, and everybody seems to be gelling well. How far do you think Leicester can go this season, Vincent?
You see, for me, I was very impressed with Leicester last year.
Yeah.
But then towards the end of the season, I saw a capitulation, an ignominious, woeful, gutless capitulation. Those guys had it to go the distance.
Fatigue.
So fatigue, yes, I understand.
And it's also that mental strength that you talk about with Carlo Ancelotti can give to the players. Maybe Brendan Rodgers didn't or can't have enough of that, you know?
That's another issue.
Yeah.
I think my feel is that they've learned from their mistakes of last year.
We hope.
And I think the hunger is there now, you know. And I have no idea how Jamie Vardy is just behaving like a fine wine.
Fine wine, man.
He is absolutely,
man.
Moja, do you see him
that's my guy.
fighting for that golden boot
Of course.
again? Yeah.
He's got more goals than
having a
Pogba,
party.
more goals than Suarez, more goals than Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah. At his age even. I mean, he came back from injury and it looks like he's been playing all along.
But if I may point out though, like we were speaking earlier, the tactics, the formations, the play works for him. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They draw everybody out of Jamie Vardy's space so that when Jamie Vardy's running into it, all they do is they ping the ball over the top.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter where because Vardy pulls to the sides, he's through the middle.
He's a workhorse, he runs.
But it's not just him as well, it's also the midfield coming to the party as
Yuri
well. Yuri Tillemans, come on, guys.
Yeah.
How did that guy get on loan and how did those guys get him?
He was also one of those sneaky signings that we didn't see coming. I remember when
But
he was
Leicester are really good at that.
Yeah.
Leicester are really, since that league.
Another one, what's the boy's name? Is it Fafana? Wesley?
Yes, the defender now because
nice. The
Charlie
centre
came
back.
out. Yes. Yes.
What is it? 30 million? We just spent 80 on a fucking fridge. And
Do you understand?
30 million on a 19-year-old who's quick, who's strong.
He fights.
How did we do this? Where is our scouting? Like, what's happening?
That Fafana boy was actually partnering up with that William Saliba at Marseille.
Yes.
And that player was absolutely immense.
Yes.
And they are young, guys.
Yeah.
So how did Arsenal get one? And how did someone not knock on their door?
Let's underline the for free part. You remember? For free. For free.
Only Moja would want to underline.
I'm just saying, it was for free.
It's a good signing,
because we bought a fridge for 80 million, but a great centre back was free. I just wanted to underline that part for context. The transfer game is really coming down to who can draw the best value for money.
Yeah.
So if you can't get players in at like 20, 30 million who are under maybe 25 years old, 27 years old, there's nothing for you in this league. You're just going to spend money.
Taken for a ride.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Get taken for a ride. We could have spent the money on Haaland's. We didn't spend the Haaland monies. Look, now he's gone. They're going to charge us 80 million when we go get him back. We even overpaid for
Pogba, to get him back from Juve. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You can't attract those names. Don't
we're
even mention Haaland and Man United.
We're bleeding. That's what I'm saying. The money is flowing, but this
it's not
is
going
not
to the right places. Yeah. That was match week 7. Now we're going to move on into match week 8 before the international break. Gents, you know how this goes. I'm going to say the two teams, say which one's going to win. No, my mother likes this. I'm a Swallows fan, but they played like this. We're going to go individually.
This guy copies our results. We need to go
so
clockwise.
So we're going to start this way. All right, I'm going to start with Drew, and I'm going to just individually. Drew, Everton, Manchester United. Everton's home.
Everton home.
Yes.
I just want to say one thing. This game could put pressure on Ole Gunnar if he loses. So
he's
United
win.
win.
United win. All right. Everton, Man United.
Everton, not 3 back-to-backs. Yeah, Everton.
Everton, United.
I'll split the difference. It's a draw.
Okay. Chelsea, Sheffield.
Chelsea.
Sheffield.
Chelsea.
All right. And then we have Leicester and Wolves. Leicester's home. Ooh. Taste. Why does Leicester always get the tasty games?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it.
I'm going to call Wolves. I'm calling Wolves, yeah.
All right.
Switzerland, I'm going to say a draw.
Oh, wow.
Same, yeah. I'll go with the draw.
Okay, safe. Man City and Liverpool at the Etihad.
Wait, where's the game?
Etihad. Man City.
City. No, I'm lying.
Liverpool.
I still say City.
No, I'm lying.
City.
City are currently they're unipredictable, they're poor.
Lethargic.
I'll go City.
They're insisting on playing that Garcia kid at centre back. I don't understand. What is that? Like, what is that kid doing in the team?
Didn't they play Laporte and Diaz on the weekend?
Together, yes.
On the weekend,
Yes.
midweek, they were playing, what's his name, Garcia in the Champions League, right? Then they went, the week before that, they were playing him in the league. I don't understand how
He's
that
decent,
He's
that kid,
chopping
man. He's
and
nice.
changing, I guess.
The issue is KDB and Mahrez on that run. Because you know De Bruyne is that.
he's doing that, but that run.
And you can see he's frustrated because every single time De Bruyne passes the ball to Mahrez is slowing down the game way too much.
But you see, it's also just when you pass it to Sterling.
No,
Do you
don't
see the
say that.
problem?
Leave my boy alone. I think it's the lack of a forward.
Yeah.
It's the lack of a forward.
The lack of a real forward.
Ferran Torres had so many chances on the weekend.
Yeah,
It could have
he didn't
been-
take them. Yeah, he didn't. Okay, then another game we're going to focus on, the last one, Arsenal and Aston Villa.
Arsenal.
The Gunners, yeah.
Arsenal win.
Oh,
Everybody loves us now.
No, we don't love him. What do you mean?
no, I don't think it's everybody
Just
loves
because
that.
we're being realistic about football, dog. Like, what is that?
But I do tend to support like smaller teams. So I'd have my United, and then I have a smaller team to support. So yeah, Arsenal, I got
Arsenal.
you. You're my brother.
He's crashing on you.
So small little stat. We
Don't
finished.
include me.
I lose to Burnley all the time.
I'm just saying that we finished ahead of you in the league in 6 of the last nine seasons.
And that's
Still a
how
small team.
we wrap
66%.
up
Still a small
our
team.
fixtures
Leicester won the league. Still a small
on
team.
Touchline. That is match week day
Goodness gracious.
for next week, as well as after those fixtures, it will be the international break. So one more set of fixtures, then international breaks, and the likes of Mikel Antonio, the likes of Christian Pulisic can all come back to their teams. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me here on the couch on the Touchline. Moj,
Thank you for having us, man.
Drew, well behaved. You know what? That is up to me to decide. Thank you so much. Please follow all our social media pages. That is Touchline on Insta and your Twitter page, as well as on YouTube. That is Touchline Podcast. I am Oarabile Dipoko for Touchline. We'll see you next time.
We're out.
We're out.
Peace.